I had a time that I was trying to get out of St. George this morning to get started on this trip I'm on. And I, for the most part, got out of the house when I planned to. But long story short, we have the Ironman happening here in St. George today, the day that I'm trying to leave. We host the Ironman, the half Ironman World Championships here. And traffic is just a complete nightmare, road closures, all this stuff. I completely forgot that was happening until I left the house. And I needed to get headed on 18 North, which is the road I'm driving right now. But the way that I would normally go, I couldn't go. And I ended up being in the wrong lane when I finally got to a way that I could go, because they didn't have good signage out, and I needed to be in the other lane, which was not intuitive to where I needed to go than the lane I was in. And the sign that they had telling you that was literally right on top of the turn. So with traffic all backed up like it was, I didn't know that. And literally being in the wrong lane cost me like an extra 40 minutes this morning getting out of here. So my hackles are up a little bit agitated at the moment. But you know, it's okay. I'll get over it. I actually used to do Ironman. For those of you that don't know that about me, I was an Ironman triathlete at one point in my life. So I have empathy for the people competing. I'm glad we have them here competing. It's cool seeing it here. You know, it's a beautiful venue, all that stuff. But man, they could have done a little bit better job with the traffic management, I feel like. It's just all the hoops I had to jump through to kind of finally get in the direction I wanted to go. It was possible, it just wasn't clear how I needed to do it. So anyways, I'm now headed in the right direction. My spirits are lifting. And what am I doing? Well, I am headed to Reno. I need to get some work done on the camper. I don't know if you saw, I know I've had a lot of hiking videos out here recently. And it's been a few videos since I had anything here with the camper. But if you recall, if you watched the last one I did, you know I did some damage to the camper. And I ripped a light off, and I need to. There's just some stuff I need to do, man. I wanna get a Starlink Mini installed and get rid of the old Gen 2 dish I have for power consumption reasons. And just because the speeds and everything are much better with the Mini, for whatever reason that is, it seems to be a much more performant dish. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to see KP in Reno. We're going to swap out the dish mount and get a Mini up there, get rid of my Gen 2 mount I have going. And we're going to deal with the lights. We're going to install some new lights. He's going to help me flush mount some lights so I don't keep having the issue of ripping stuff off with branches. We got some stuff with the sink and the hot water that's going on we need to address, and there's something with the fan I need to do. I may have him take a look at his backup camera. There's some wiring stuff. There's just a whole laundry list of stuff. And so KP needs the truck in his shop for about 2 days. So it's currently Saturday. I don't need to be at his shop until Monday morning. And I technically could have done the drive all in one day. It's roughly like a 9-hour drive, maybe 10 with stops from St. George. But, I want to go have some fun and do some exploring. Avis isn't with me. I let her stay home. She's got some other stuff going on. There's a little birthday party for Tara's child at Dixie 4-Wheel Drive, or formerly Dixie 4-Wheel Drive. Tara's no longer at Dixie 4-Wheel Drive, if you guys didn't know that. But this is how I think of her. And one of Avis's former Rebel partners. Anyways, so she's having a birthday party at her place. Avis is going to be over there for that, for one of Tara's children. And I wanted her to be able to stay behind to do that. And she's just got some other stuff that needs to kind of be done and buttoned up. We're going to be leaving again for an extended period here coming up in a month or so. And there's just stuff that needs to be done. So she's not with me. That's why. But I'm gonna. My current plan is I'm gonna try to get up close to Ely, Nevada, and if I get that far, that's it's not quite halfway, but it's a good distance, and I think there's some exploring around there. There's some routes I'd like to check out I haven't been to. So my plan is I'm gonna just get up there and I'm gonna look at Onyx. I'm gonna see, does it look like there's anything interesting to go explore, find camp for the night. Then tomorrow on Sunday, I'll make the rest of the way to Reno, camp somewhere in that area, take the truck to KP on Monday, and then I'll be in a hotel on Monday night, most likely. So that's the basic plan, and I got to get to Ely. So I guess that's what we're doing. Let's get to Ely. Currently in possession of 2 Starlinks. I have the flat mount Gen 2 dish that's on the back of the camper right now. And typically on a trip like this, I would have it turned on, powered by the camper, and I'd be getting internet up here in the cab from that. That's worked really well over the years that I've had that on there. However, because we're swapping out to the Starlink Mini, I needed that dish. I already have that dish, and I've actually had that dish for a couple of months now, and I used it on another trip with the Jeep, yada yada yada. But long story short, I don't want to be paying for 2 dishes, so I have the Gen 2 dish right now paused, and as soon as I get this Mini mounted, I'm just gonna take that off my account altogether. So it's not on there. I don't plan on paying for 2 dishes. However, during this trip, there are sections, as we're still in Utah here at the moment, but as we get over into Nevada and some of these more remote areas, making our way to Reno, there's areas there's no internet or no cell service, anything like that. So I like to have the service. It's nice to be able to stay in touch, stream my music, listen to podcasts, like do whatever it is I do while I'm driving, and so I still want internet. So long story short, I've taken the Starlink Mini and I just shoved it up in the dash. Literally, I just shoved it up there. Got my power cord plugged into my 12 volt up here in the dash, and it is very not optimally mounted. But it's working fine. It's amazing technology. I mean, it blows me away that it's like, even though this is very less than optimal, I'm still getting 150 megs down and like 10 to 15 up, and like that's incredible. It's like literally incredible. So shout out to Elon Musk and Starlink. Cool technology, man. I'm not so much into the electric vehicle thing, but the Starlink, good stuff. We're just crossing into Nevada. That means our time in Utah is done for the next, I don't know, when will I be back? Maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. I guess it depends. So yeah, we'll be in Nevada now for the next couple of days. And I love Nevada. Love Nevada. It's not so much the southern part of the state where Las Vegas is. I mean, it has its good points too. And, if you like restaurants and nice hotels, great place to visit. I guess I shouldn't say I dislike it. Avis and I enjoy going there sometimes. But as far as getting out and exploring and doing the Overland thing, and Nevada just has so much to offer, and there's so few people. And kind of the further in we get, more towards the middle of the state, good stuff. Good stuff. So next stop, a little town up here called Panache. I can never say it. Panache. I don't know. I'm sure I'm completely butchering it, because I always butcher everything weird that I try to enunciate. But or pronounce. Enunciate? Pronounce? Is that even the right word? Pronounce. Maybe pronounce is the word I want to hear. Anyways, it's just a little crossroads town. Nothing really there other than a fuel stop, gas station. I don't need fuel, so there'll be no need for me to stop there. I'll fuel up when I get to Ely. And Ely's another weird one, right? It's E-L-Y, and so I want to call it Eli. And when I first moved out to this area, that is what I called it, was Eli. But if you talk to any of the locals there, they will all correct you that it's Ely. And I guess I can kind of see that. So I try to make sure I call it actually how they pronounce it, which is Ely. And maybe that is the right pronunciation. But if you go and you say Eli, somebody in Nevada might not know what you're talking about. If you say Ely, they should know what you're talking about. So in Ely, I'm going to get fuel and probably some food too, because it's going to be a little bit past lunchtime for me. But first we got to get there, and that's still about 2 hours away from where I'm at currently. Made the turn onto US 93, about 120 miles roughly to Ely and to lunch. I am definitely ready for lunch. I think I already said that. Nothing has changed. I'm still very much ready for lunch, and even more so. So when we get there, I will definitely getting some lunch. I may even tell you again before I get there I'm ready for lunch. That's how much lunch I'm thinking about. But yeah, great drive through here. I love this US 93. Whenever we come out this way, this is usually the way I will go, just because it's such a scenic drive, and there's not really a lot of people on it. You will see vehicles. Obviously, we're seeing vehicles right now, but I think kind of once we get a little bit further out on 93, that I'm not used to seeing so many vehicles. One every couple minutes or something, if that. Maybe a little more on a Saturday, but typically that's how it's been. But one of my favorite things about this drive is we kind of get out in the vicinity of the Great Basin National Park. So you get a really good view of Wheeler Peak out here. It's about a 13-something thousand foot peak. I would like to very much climb that peak one day, or hike up it. I don't really know if I want to call it a climb it. It's not a very technical climb at all for that peak. I think you basically just walk up it and check that one out. So I do want to get out to that park and do it. We did go there, was that last year? And I did a different hike out there up to a glacier, which was at the base of Wheeler Peak. And I think the elevation topped out at around 11,000 something feet there, with Wheeler Peak, another 2K or so above that. But just one of the things I like about this drive, you get a good view of Wheeler Peak, and it's one of the taller mountains out here in Nevada. I don't know if it's the tallest. I'm not really sure, but it's up there. It's a pretty good one. So, but we got to get out there first, and we got a number of miles to go. I'll tell you, I keep seeing signs for a special event. I saw it before I was rolling into this last town, and there was something going on the side of the road. And now I'm leaving town, and I'm seeing it again, and some kind of cross traffic ahead. I wonder if there's some sort of motorsports event going on, because I just saw some sort of what looked like a support van to me. So I wonder if there's some sort of desert racing or something happening here today, but I haven't seen any vehicles doing that. But it makes me wonder. So maybe that there's some kind of off-road event happening. So that's kind of cool. All right, enough jibber jabbering, and let's get ourselves. Oh yeah, I just passed a sign. It says something about race route. So there you go, some kind of race route. I don't know what's happening here today, but something. Okay, on to Ely. about, I don't know, 20, 25 miles, I guess, from where my next turn is, and I think like 50 miles or so out from Ely. But we've reached the point in trip where I was talking about with Wheeler Peak over my shoulder over here. And as you can see, it still has some snow on it. It is a peak that, as far as I'm aware, doesn't typically carry snow on its, you know, peak year round. But, you know, pretty late into the summer it does, which you might expect for a peak that's so tall. But there you go, Wheeler Peak, Great Basin National Park. Maybe we should rename it Great Basin or Great Nation. What do you think? We're doing the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Maybe we should rename Great Basin National Park to Great Nation National Park. I don't know. I could be onto something there. Just about 25 miles to go till I get to Ely, and you know what that means. Lunch. Very hungry, in case I didn't mention it already. Looking forward to lunch. Subs retrieved. Got 2 footlongs, ham, pepperoni, bacon, lettuce, pickle, onion, sweet teriyaki onion sauce, and salt and pepper. So I'm going to eat off of these for like the next 2 days, but for right now, I'm definitely going to eat at least half of it. All right. I have gotten my fill and everything I needed. That included food, sub, got fuel, and I think I'm ready to hit the road, get back on the road, make some more miles. So I'm trying to decide. I'm about 5 hours from KP's now here in Ely. So, you know, and I don't need to be there till Monday morning. So, you know, obviously, I got some time to do some exploring. Where I'm kind of torn about is, I don't want to get the truck dirty. And I know that may sound ridiculous for an overland vehicle. If you saw my last video with this truck, I think you could agree with me. I paid my penance in overland dirt and mud for an entire year in that video. I still have not gotten all the dirt and mud out of it. But mostly because I don't want to take a dirty truck to KP, and I don't want it to be in a shop, and it just makes everything more difficult, right? And they're gonna be crawling around it and crawling under it and in it and everything else, and you know, that's no fun if it's dirty. And if I get it super dirty, I have to go clean it somewhere. So that's a pain I don't really want to have to deal with. So I want to find a place to go camp that's cool. I don't want to break the truck in the process. And I really would like to not get the truck dirty if I can help it. That's my criteria. I'm also looking at the sky, and it's fairly cloudy, partly cloudy. I don't know if that means that it's just partly cloudy and there's no rain in the forecast, or if there is rain in the forecast. I want to kind of be cognizant of that as well. I probably need to look at the weather here at some point. So long story short, I'm going to get out here. I'm turning onto, I think this is Route 50, yes, 50 West. And I'm going to just kind of see what looks interesting, and maybe a route to pull off and go explore for camp. It's still really early in the day. I don't know why I thought I needed more time than I actually do. Because it's, well, let's see, I lost an hour because I came into Nevada. So it's 12:30 here. You know, I'll probably be in bed by like 7:30 or 8, whenever the sun goes down. I guess the sun should be setting about 7:30 here. So I've got 7 hours of daylight, and I've got 5 hours to go. So I don't know, what do I do? Do I go all the way to Reno and just camp in that area and hang out? Or do I do something in between here and Reno? I had said originally I was going to do something here around Ely if I found something that looked interesting. So I guess the bottom line is I can do whatever I want. I got time. So let's just go see what looks interesting. And if I find a road or a route looking at Onyx, it's like, hey, let's go check out what that is. We're going to go do it. So let's get down the road a little bit. Let's get out of Ely and back out to where there's fewer people. This Route 50 that I'm on, coming across Nevada here, especially this stretch between Ely and Fallon, is known as the loneliest road in America. And while you do occasionally see other vehicles out here, I kind of can understand how it got that nickname, especially, I don't know when it was coined that, but you know, I'm sure traffic has probably only increased over time. But even in current day, like, I haven't seen another vehicle in about, I don't know, 25 minutes at this point maybe, and I don't see anything on the horizon. I don't see anything in my rearview mirror. So it is one of those just weird roads. Although the extraterrestrial highway in Nevada as well, I think, is that 375, I think? Similar experience. It's about a 100-mile stretch of road. See very little traffic. Same with this guy right here. I don't know how far it is between Ely and Fallon. I don't know if it's more than 100 miles. It probably is. But same feeling, same idea. And just beautiful, beautiful, just high desert countryside out here. It's gorgeous. Still have a little bit of snow on some of the mountain peaks around here that we can see in the distance. And it's great. Love it. Love Nevada. I said that before. Nevada is awesome. If you haven't been to Nevada, you're missing out. Go to Nevada, check it out. Get out of the cities. Come out here in the high desert where there's almost nothing and no people. It's a great experience. I know it's probably going to come as a shock, but I'm getting hungry again. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make a protein shake or something and get a little snack. And then I've got this route here, just here, 50's behind me, and then this road right out here called like Roberts something road, and from looking to Onyx, I think it runs down into part of the Pony Express Trail out that way. So I think I'm gonna scoot down this, intersect with the Pony Express Trail, and start taking that back over, and I'll eventually connect back up to 50 where I'm coming from, and maybe I'll make that just a little adventure and see what's out there. And it doesn't look like a very difficult route. I'm hoping no mud, that sort of stuff. And man, look at that, there's a car going by. A rare sight. So yeah, but first snack, and then we'll get down there and see what's going on. So as far as dirt roads go, I don't think they get much better than this. This road is very smooth. I did not air down because I'm being lazy, and I'm really glad that I did not, because there are 0 washboards on this road, and it's technically dirt, but it might as well be pavement. It has a speed limit sign on it of 45 miles an hour, and I can tell you I could very easily be doing 60 or 70 miles an hour if I really wanted to. So hey, as far as epic roads that are dirt, is it epic? It's not really epic. Why am I saying epic? I don't know, but it's a good dirt road, let's put it that way. And I guess it kind of makes sense. If you're gonna have a dirt road that goes to a gold mine, why shouldn't it be the best dirt road that money can buy, or I guess gold in this case? I drove up to the gate of the gold mine, and I wasn't filming when I did it. I thought about going and seeing, I don't know, sometimes these places have tours or something that you can do. I thought that'd be kind of cool, see the big trucks and big equipment and all that. But at the gate, you know, it was obviously secured and all that, understandably. They had a no firearms sign, or no firearms on property sign, and so yeah, I can't go unless I park my truck outside, and I'm not going to do that. Or I don't even know if I could park the truck outside, so I don't really know. Let's see where this road goes. So anyways, yeah, no gold mine, or at least no, you know, getting to see the gold mine operations. I could see it from afar, just not up close. I spent a little bit of time driving in circles out there after I turned around after the gold mine gate, just trying to figure out what roads, and there was some private land and what's not private land, and I've got Onyx, and that's very helpful in that. But I finally think I got myself pointed in a good direction, and I'm actually moving away from 50. I'm gonna have to backtrack all of this that I'm doing right now to get back out to 50, because you know this is gonna take me away from where I need to go. But you know, I figured I got time, so let's go do a little bit of exploring. And dumped us out here on this section of Pony Express Trail. Ooh, wow. Look at that big old, what is that, a Falcon? Golly, that thing was huge. Man, I had the window rolled down before I turned the camera on, and the smell of the just sagebrush, like what is this? I don't know, it smells so good. I don't know what it is. I think it's sagebrush, but it just smells awesome. It smells really good, and you can see how dry stuff is here. I mean, look at this. Some of this, yeah, I don't know. Is that the sagebrush? What is it? But a lot of it's brown, and so I don't know how much rain they got here this year. This road is definitely in spots. It's dry. You know, it's a little dusty, but it's not muddy or wet. But there's some big ruts and things in certain areas that I've already driven through, where you can tell that, you know, this definitely gets quite a mess in the snow and the rain. And I can see up ahead of me here that there is still some snow up on these mountaintops up here. So I don't know. I imagine at some point, if I continue to increase in elevation, it is going to get probably a little bit soupy, because I imagine it's still a little bit wet, right? I just don't know how far. I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I don't know anything in this moment. I'm just driving. But if I get to that, I will most definitely probably be turning around, because as previously mentioned, I am trying to keep the truck relatively clean so that it is clean when I take it up to KPs. For them to work on it to zero declination. So, all right, let's see, what do we got here? We got a crossroads of some sort. There's a road going this way. There's a road going this way. And this has a please close the gate sign on it, but it's open, so I'm not going to mess with that if I go that way, because you're supposed to leave the gates as you found them. So whatever that is, however you found them. Let's go see what's going on over here. This is kind of interesting looking. I don't know how far back this goes. Maybe just a nice little campsite back here, but it is interesting looking, if nothing else. Is it anything? It's nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. It's literally just a open campsite spot. So let's turn ourselves around and keep exploring this road. Further down this, I'm driving. It's just starting to really open up, and all the kind of like taller trees and things we were seeing down there are disappearing, and man, just so awesome. I love it. this is a section of the road right here that we can see there was definitely some people making some ruts when it was probably wet in here. Again, not wet. I haven't really dealt with any wet. There was a slight little spot back there a mile or two back, but I was able to kind of just slowly roll through it. It didn't really cause me much trouble in terms of getting dirty, which is my main concern. And wow, just look at this. This is gorgeous. And a nice little, I don't know, is this a campsite right here? Maybe not. But man, this is, oh yeah, fire ring right there. Okay, it is a campsite. Wow, I think I'm gonna back in here and check this out. I mean, it's too early to make camp, right? It's 3 o'clock. I got a lot of the day left. Anyways, let's back in and let's check it out. Let me get turned around here. Let's see what's out there. Let's take in this view together. All right, we've gotten ourselves out of the road. Not that I expect anybody else to be coming by, but you never know. And at least we're now out of the way. Let's go take a peek. Just look at it. What's what was that movie, The Bird Box? It's like, look. That's how I feel. It's when I think of Nevada, well, when I think of Nevada now, this is what I think of. I know Nevada has a lot of this in it. But before coming out here and exploring these areas and knowing and learning more about Nevada, if you said to me Nevada and showed me a picture of this, I would not have thought that that was Nevada and that you were lying to me. That was certainly somewhere else, right? But no, this is Nevada. This is just part of the beauty and awesomeness in Nevada and just the variety of terrain that it has. It's yeah, it's just awesome. I love it. It speaks to me. As you guys are already familiar with, this is kind of some of the difficulties of this truck, is that it's big, right? And a lot of these trails and things you're following in Onyx, they're doing them in Jeeps and they're doing them in smaller vehicles, and they don't really tell you if it's you know, if it's compatible with a full-size rig or not. And so I just got out because we were starting to get a little bit narrow, I think. And oh wow, that's an aspen tree. It's an aspen tree up here. A little bit of water running right here. So the situation I want to stay out of is I don't want to end up in a situation where it just gets too narrow and I have to back out and I can't turn around. But I mean, so far looking all right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and push a little bit more. But check out this little stream runoff here. I've reached another one of these spots where, again, I can probably drive through this, no problem. Thing that's a little bit concerning me right now is the further and further I'm going down this road, you can see it's 1 lane wide, right? And I'm gonna have a lot of difficulty probably turning around if I need to. And I don't want to be backing miles and miles and miles down this thing. So that's the kind of biggest concern I have right now. It's just, what am I getting into up here that I may have wished I didn't get into without being a turnaround. But if I just kind of right here, I mean up here, all this kind of narrow stuff is gone, right? So I'm gonna drag a little bit through here, but not too bad. So I guess let's do it. Let's keep pushing forward, right? Spirit of adventure. Let's just try not to rip any lights off the camper this time. Popped out of the truck again just to kind of take a peek around the corner to make sure I wasn't driving into something that I was going to regret having to back up around or back through, whatever. And check out this absolutely perfect little aspen grove right here. And I can smell them. They smell good. These are aspens, right? That is what I'm smelling. I'm pretty sure these are aspens. And that to me, that definitely looks like rain, right? Look like rain to you too? I don't know how it's gonna come across in the camera. Things a lot of times look brighter than they actually are in real life. And there's some pretty dark looking skies. But all right, let's keep pressing forward. Just a little bit further up the road, and it's now wet. This is for sure wet. I mean, is it bad? No. Could I drive through it? 100%. I absolutely could. But I understand why it's getting moist. Because if you look, right here, back over my shoulder, there's a little bit of snow, right? So we're getting up to kind of where the snow still hasn't completely melted. And I'm sure that's what this is here. This is just snow melt, causing a little bit of water. So what's it going to look like as I continue to go up? I'm at about a little over, I think 8,000 feet here. So we're getting up there in elevation a little bit. Nothing too crazy high. But I know for sure, the minute I put my tires in this, it's all over. It's gonna be mucky. It's gonna be no getting around that. This thing weighs almost 6 tons. And it's gonna sink in this pretty good. I don't know, I mean, obviously a vehicle's come through here. I don't know what vehicle, but I worry as heavy as this truck is. I don't worry about getting stuck. It's not my worry. My worry is I'm gonna sink and I'm gonna really be throwing mud big time. So I think this might be my cue to turn around. I mean, I don't want to. I want to keep going because I like it. It's beautiful. I'm enjoying it. The other kind of rough thing at the moment is I cannot turn around here. I could come up and turn in here, but it's a big soggy mess. I mean, even right here where I'm at, I'm on the ground, and I know you can't tell it on the camera, but this is like spongy under my feet. I stopped right here as soon as I saw the water, right? So it's not quite wet here, and it's getting real moist all up through here. So even though this right here doesn't look like mud, what I'm worried about is the moment I put my tires on it, it's gonna sink. And I don't like that because of the cleanup factor of having to do that before Monday morning before I go see KP, because I don't want to drag a bunch of mud in their shop. So KP, I'm doing this for you. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around. I'm actually not gonna turn around. I'm gonna have to back up until I find a place to turn around. And that could very well be a good mile or so down. I did see a campsite down there somewhere that I think I can turn around in, but I got to get to it. And my backup camera doesn't work. It's one of the things I'm hoping KP's gonna help me with. All right, well, back in the driver's seat, and I guess I'm gonna back up. Oh boy. What's the Rocky and Bullwinkle meme that people use? It's like 2 hours later. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't quite that bad. It wasn't even anything close to that bad. But it was further in actuality than I even thought it was in my mind. It was a couple miles having to back up like that. But I'm good. I got here. No major issues. I did manage to get around that fallen aspen tree when I got to it in the mirror. Like, I had a pretty good line of sight on it, and felt comfortable just backing around it. So I did that, and got to this spot right here. This is the spot I was thinking of that I saw, that I think I can turn around at. And there is, I just want to confirm, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be driving somewhere I'm not supposed to, but definitely campsite. I can see there's a little fire ring right there, a little one. So I think this is good. I think this is nothing wrong with me getting turned around right here. So I think I'm just going to kind of come and start cutting my wheel and right down here and head out that way. This is going to be one of those, you know, the camera always makes these look much flatter than they are, and I'm sure the camera's going to make this look perfectly flat. It's not any kind of extreme grade or anything like that either. I just know from looking at it and having enough seat time in that camper, when I come and I cut that wheel, it's going to feel all wrong as soon as the camper starts to do this. But that's why I like to get out and look at these things sometimes, because the driver's seat lies sometimes. Sometimes what feels really, really bad in the driver's seat is not that bad at all. But this thing is just so heavy, and you can feel it kind of listing, and you're just not really sure, you know, how far on the edge you are. So this is going to be one of those times. It's going to feel bad from the driver's seat, but I've gotten out. I know what it is, and you know, it's no big deal. So all right, let me get myself turned around so I can get headed back that way. So believe it or not, exactly, oh wow, these windshield wipers are awful. A lot of bugs being smeared around and whatnot. But exactly what I did not want to happen is happening, and it's raining. I'm hoping it's not going to be a lot. Maybe just a sprinkle, just enough to moisten the ground without getting it muddy. Again, remember, we're trying to avoid the mud, but it's coming down pretty good at the moment. Oh man, this is not good. Let's hope it's just a shower. If I was like Matt, Avis and I, you know, we always watch Matt Ozark Overland, his videos, because, you know, I like his videos, and he and Kara are friends of ours. But he sings, you know, he sings, and so we always get a chuckle out of it. And I'm like, maybe I'll start singing. Do people like that? Do they like it when Matt sings? If I was gonna sing right now, I'd be singing the No Rain, the No Rain song. What is the No Rain song? I don't even know. But you know what? Blind Melon sings a song called No Rain, don't they? How does that song go? I wish I could remember. I'm going to have to look it up now and play it. If I knew how to play or sing the Blind Melon No Rain song, I would sing it. And the rain did just now let up a little bit. So I'm hoping these are just kind of passing showers kind of deal. But I'm telling you, that sky is looking dark right there. So I don't know. Let's get off these dirt roads, or at least down out of this area where there's the possibility of getting mucky. And just as I was saying that, I wanted to get off these roads. I forgot there was this little Ooh, do I want to drive up this? What if I can't turn around at the top? That's gonna be bad. I don't want to have to back down this. All right, we're committed. Too late. I saw this. Oh no. That's pretty narrow. I did not want to drag the camper through that. Yeah, I should have listened to my gut on this one. I wonder if I can turn around right here without getting too crazy off camber. All right, let me get out. It's evaluation time. Yeah, so there's no way I'm fitting the camper through this, not without dragging. And that's pretty thick looking tree stuff there. I was wanting to go up to the top of this because I'm betting there's a pretty epic campsite up here. And that's where I was going to drive up here and see. Do I want to walk all the way up to the top of this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm still walking, so maybe that means I want to. Uh-oh. 2 drops of rain again. Okay. I'm definitely feeling the elevation today. Okay, it just keeps going. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, okay. So, not driving through that. So I'm either gonna have to turn around where it's gonna feel really off camber and sketchy, or back my way down it. So, but I bet up there, if you were in a smaller vehicle, or if you felt like trimming trees in this one, I bet you it's an awesome campsite up there. So I don't know if it's any better than the one that was right back over here, but it's an option. Okay. You know what? I should have marked that campsite back there on Onyx. I might just do that, just so I have that in the back pocket for next time I'm up here. Okay, getting back in the truck, and I guess I'm gonna back down this. Backing down it feels less sketchy than trying to turn around on this off camber hill. This is one, again, I know it's gonna look flat. It's not, it's pretty steep. And I do not want to get the camper sideways on something this steep, which is what I'm gonna have to do if I turn around. So, yeah, backing down it is. Are you ready for the song? I don't like backing down this sort of stuff in the camper. Wow, that's really bad. I'm a terrible singer. Look at that. Sorry, Matt. I can't sing like you do. I feel like you have a lot more tone than I do. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're still doing alright. Oop, sliding a little bit. That's the part I don't like, because I don't want to get out of control. And if I get out of control going forward, you know, I'm going forward. It's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Intuitive about what I need to do to possibly recover from that, versus backing down. It's like it's all backwards, right? So like, I don't know that I would make the right decision. Okay, and this is gonna suck right here. I gotta turn really close to that tree. Whoa, doggy. Okay. There we go. There we go. Cut. I don't like that. Nope. Okay. There we go. That was a little more sideways than I like to get in this. I should have walked up this the first time, or before I drove it. I usually do. But today apparently is the day of being lazy. I'm not airing down my tires. I'm just out exploring. I'm going to camp somewhere, and it's trying to be kind of low effort. And I guess that is what happens to me for getting low effort. Okay, we are starting to level out a little bit. Still not really level, but it sure feels level compared to what we just came down. So there we go. Again, I would think absolutely nothing of doing that in any other vehicle we own. I would probably back down it at some amount of speed, but given it's heavy as this thing is and top heavy as it is a whole different ball of wax driving this thing on the on trails and off-road and in the dirt. Okay, I think I'm back down. At least, yeah, I'm almost back to the road here that I turned off of. All right, let's continue on. I made my way back out to, you know, we're kind of getting back on some main dirt roads. Is that a thing? Main dirt roads? I guess so. The real, the nice ones. But this is not one I can drive on. I can cross over it, but this is the haul road for the mine, I guess. And I think they have like two parts of the mine. There's like parts over this way, and then there's parts over this way. And I don't know. Maybe this gives me some idea of like how big those mining trucks are, right? Is this like, I know they're massive. I've never seen one in like person up close, but I mean, are they this wide? Is that how wide they are? Is that why this road is so wide? Or is this road wide enough for two of them? But it doesn't seem, I don't know. I need to see one. And part of me kind of wants to just sit here and see if I happen to see one go by, but who knows if that's gonna happen, when, if, I don't know. So I guess I'm just gonna go with luck of the draw. I didn't get to see one when I was crossing, and that's a shame because I really wanted to see one. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's make our way back out towards 50, I guess. I finally have turned off of that single track scrub brush, whatever that was, part of the Pony Express Trail. Not hard driving, just not that exciting, kind of boring. And I think I'm almost back to 50 up here finally, and it's been like an hour driving through that stuff. So the thing that's kind of funny is I didn't want to make camp back there because, you know, the time was one of the considerations. And but now, you know, because it took me so long to get back to 50 that I wasn't necessarily calculating on, it's like gonna be 6 o'clock soon, and I probably should have made camp there. So I don't know. I don't have high hopes for a good camp tonight because I probably, you know, what do they say? You should never pass up the best camp because you're just not gonna, it's the best one. I don't know, but then you always think they're gonna do something better. And that may very well come into play here. So I'm gonna get up here on 50, gonna continue on my way, and I might just end up snagging a camp somewhere just kind of off the side of the road, not too deep in. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still gotta, you know, well, what did I say, 7:30? Is that what time I think it? Yeah, 7:50. So sunset's at 7:50. So I've got, you know, with last light, I've got 2 hours. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see what I end up doing. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, other than I'm going to get up here on 50 and I'm going to take a right turn. That's what's about to happen. Look, there's a car going by, a truck, a little truck, and there's a patch of grass. That's weird. I fear I may have a little cow patty residue. There was a lot of cow patties I was running through. I'm not sure how old they were, so I hope I don't end up having to rinse the truck off anyways. I'm not going to bring it to KP with cow patties all over the place, that's for darn sure. Alright, am I supposed to go this way? Let's see what Apple Maps tells me. Does it like me going this way? Yes, it does. 169 miles. Earlier when I said I didn't know how far, what's the name of the town? I want to say Fallon, the town of Fallon, and I was like, oh, I think it's more than 100 miles. Yeah, it's like 200 miles or something or more. I don't know. It's a long way from Ely. Okay, now we're back on pavement. Everything looks good. I got plenty of fuel. Let's get up here. Let's find a camp and getting hungry again. That should be no surprise to anyone. Just made a left turn off of 50. I am about 3 hours out from Reno, roughly, from right here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and head out this way and see if I can't find camp. So this looked like a nice road. It shouldn't get muddy if it happens to rain. I looked at the forecast. It says like a 7% chance. So it's not a big chance. And it's, you know, hopefully if we get anything, it'll just be sprinkles and that'll be fine. Again, I'm just being lazy and trying to avoid washing the truck tomorrow before I take it over to KP on Monday. So heading out this road. Some kind of hot spring out here, they said on Onyx. I didn't bring a swimsuit. Probably not going to get in the hot spring, but maybe I'll get up close to it and see what's out here, or not. If I see a better camping spot before I make it out that far, I think I'll just grab kind of the first good site I see. There's a little bit of, like, you know, some hills, some foothills up here to these mountains back here in the backdrop. So I don't know, maybe there's a decent spot on one of those with a little bit of a perched view. I guess we'll see what we find when we get up here. I think I found a camp for the night with a little bit of a perch like I was hoping for. The wind is definitely whipping a little bit. I saw there was a wind advisory, and it was saying that the winds are going to be 25 to 35 miles an hour sustained with gusts to 55 to 60. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't really have very much wind protection here, so it could get a little rocky in the middle of the night, I guess. But it's fine, whatever. Four-wheel camper does pretty good in that stuff, and I don't mind it. But man, check it out. Back here, I mean, awesome views. I'm not far off of 50. I mean, 50's, you know, a couple miles that way maybe. And check out this nice snow-capped mountains over my shoulder back there. How about that? All right, I'm gonna, I guess, pop the top and get all my stuffs together and eat. I'm hungry, but let's get camp set up first. After I got the camper popped and I was getting stuff out of the cab to pull in here with me for the night, some chick showed up, some solo chick, and I was like, no girls, only boys, you gotta get out of here, and yelled and stomped my feet and ran her off. So that was good. I didn't want to be up here with her. No, I'm just kidding. She was looking for the hot spring. So she came up here. I guess she saw my rig up here and thought maybe it was up here. And the Spencer hot spring, I think is what it's called. And I didn't end up going that far. So she came up here. I was like, no, it's not here. It's like further on that way. And I said, you know, she just kind of looking at me confused. And I was like, do you have Onyx or Gaia or some sort of mapping? And she holds up a phone. She's like, I've got this. And it's like her screen's all cracked and, you know, just like a mess. And I think it was like Google Maps or something. I don't know. So I pulled out the Onyx. I showed her on the map and what road she needs to take to get over there. So I don't know. Hopefully she makes it. I have no interest in seeing her back here tonight. So, but for now, here's the other half of my sub I got earlier today. And I'm going to devour this thing. I am good and hungry. So here we go. Bon appetit. think I got everything done for the evening. Got my bed made, got some food in my belly, got the Starlink running, got some water, got some batteries back there charging behind me that I used in the cameras today, and I don't think there's anything else really for me to do other than relax. I got a book that I brought, so I might do some reading on my way to bed, and so I guess I'm basically just waiting for the sun to go down so I can get some sleep, and I'll do some reading in the meantime, and hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep. The wind is not horrible. It's definitely blowing. It's definitely gusting, but it's not horrible. I think it'll be very doable if it doesn't get any worse than this as far as sleep. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna read. I got some reading done. The sun has gone down. That means it's dark. That means I should be able to go to sleep. So that's what I'm going to try to do. We'll see you in the morning, and we'll get out of here and start heading back towards Reno. Not back towards, but towards Reno, and figure out where we're going to camp over there tomorrow night before we go see KP on Monday morning. So that's it for the moment. I'll see you guys in the morning. Getting out of the camper this morning, my ladder is missing. I knew my ladder was missing because when I looked out of the window right back there this morning to make sure the Starlink was still sitting there after the crazy wind that came through last night, I saw the ladder was sitting right here next to the Starlink. So my opening the door and not seeing the ladder was not a surprise. I knew exactly where the ladder was. Oh man, it turned out to be a pretty windy night. It definitely wasn't the windiest night I've ever had in a camper, but it was up there. It was one of the windiest. The wind gust last night got pretty insane at one point. As a matter of fact, something I've never seen happen in a camper before happened. I don't even know what time it was, but I woke up and one of the LED lights that's on the ceiling in the camper was flickering. And I don't know why that is. My best guess is because the wind was blowing so hard and it was deforming the roof so much that maybe the wires or something were deforming with it, and it was just enough to cause it to flicker. Strange behavior. Haven't seen it. I don't believe I was dreaming when that happened. I'm pretty sure that happened. But yeah, so and that is, you know, for those of you who don't have one of these campers with these roofs, you know, it has an aluminum roof on it, and it will flex, you know, in high wind. And it when I first got it, and I only had 2 solar panels up there, it would kind of do this thing where it would almost like roll, like. I don't know any other way to describe it. It would be a lot louder. But since we added more solar to the roof, I think it's added a little bit more rigidity to it, and it's not quite as bad. It still rolls a little bit, but it's not as noisy as it used to be. And speaking of noisy, there are donkeys or mules or whatever the heck they are around here somewhere, and I heard them last night making all kinds of noise, and I heard them this morning making all kinds of noise, and it sounded like they were right outside of the camper. Obviously that's not the case because I don't see them. I don't know where they are. I have to see if we can find them on the way out. But man, they were super annoying when I was trying to sleep, coupled with the wind. So bottom line is, I didn't get the best night's sleep. So gotta find a good place to sleep tonight to rectify that. All right, well, I'm pretty much up. Got dressed, changed my clothes. Haven't had any breakfast or anything yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I might just kind of get rolling and start seeing what's kind of next up on the list today. So I think I'm just going to pack camp down and get out of here. So let's do that. Rolling into the town of Austin. I always get confused when I come here and I want to say Austin, Texas, because when I think of Austin, that is the Austin I think of. But there is actually an Austin, Nevada, and that is where we are. They build themselves as kind of a mountain bike mecca. I don't know if that's true. Avis and I did on one of our trips through here have our bikes and stopped and did some cycling here, and it was just okay. You know, there's probably a lot more trails that I'm not like super familiar with, but you know, the one that we did was just okay. It did have it was a lot of climbing, and it did have at one point Avis I'll just say using some choice words about the severity, grade, length of the climb that she eventually did recover from. But I'm going to use this town here, not for mountain biking today, but to go ahead and get some fuel. I'm going to stop right up here at this Champs, I think it's called Champs, right? Yeah, Champs fuel stop here and fill up. This is typically my routine when I come through this area because it's a place to get fuel, and I don't like to pass up the opportunity, especially when I'm in Nevada. So let's get some fuel. So when I was contemplating lunch, one of the things I forgot, and I can't believe I forgot this, I should know this because I come by here all the time, is I'm passing right by Middlegate Station. And Middlegate Station, if you don't know, has pretty much the best burgers in all of Nevada, in my humble opinion, of course. What I'm not sure of is, are they serving those burgers at 10:30 in the morning, which it currently is. So I think I'm going to pull up here and find out if they are actually serving those burgers at this time of day or not. So let me get in here, and I think I'll actually back in because why not? Let's back in. Apple Maps is not happy with my diverting from the route, but that's okay. I'm gonna see if I can get a burger. Burger has been had. It was every bit as good as I imagined it was going to be. I do not know how they make the best burgers in the world there. Consistently, every time I go, the fries are delicious. Everything is delicious. I only ended up eating about a quarter of the fries because I'm technically eating on a plan, even though I'm not really eating on my plan this trip because I couldn't. It wasn't really conducive to having all my prepared food, seeing as how I have to leave the camper at KP's for 2 days. So I'm trying to kind of modify the best I can and just keep kind of track of macros I'm eating. And so I have no idea what the macros were in that burger I just ate in the quarter basket of fries or whatever that was. But I'll just adjust. I'll dial back a little bit. We'll assume there's more calories and proteins and fats and things that I'm supposed to eat. Okay, so let's see. I am 115 miles now from KP's shop. So we still got a ways to go. We got, it's a pretty solid 2 hours. And again, I don't know if I'm going to go straight there. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I got the next hour, 2 hours to kind of think about that and formulate a plan. And I'll check back in with you once I have some idea what that plan is. I've made it to KP's, otherwise known as Zero Declination. I just took a minute here and tried to come up with a plan. So there is, there's a bunch of public land kind of back here. I mean, literally just like, a mile and a half or something. And that's usually where I camp when I come here to see him because it's so easy to get there. However, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So do I want to go and, set up camp, right now? Not really.
At the stop sign, turn right.
I think what I'm going to do is, I was looking at the map, and there's another section. It's part of this whole kind of national forest land that's back here. I think this is national forest. Maybe some of it's BLM, but I think most of it's national forest. That's a little further down the road. Man, I'm choking on the pollen.
In 3.8 miles, prepare to park your car. You will need to walk to your destination from there.
I had the window open for a minute there, and I guess I'm choking on the pollen or the dust or who knows what. Anyway, so I'm going to go down here. I'm just going to look. I don't know what's down here. There's something, it's 4 miles away, so a little more than like the 1.5 or 2. But just an area that I haven't actually taken a look at. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to see what's happening. I can see the tops of these peaks right here have snow on them. A little bit. So I imagine it could still be in spots the further up you go, mucky, which if you remember, I'm trying to avoid, just because I don't want to bring this truck all muddy into KP. And I don't want to have to go wash it first. So I guess we're gonna see what's up here at this trailhead. I'm just gonna take a look, right? What else can I do? That's what I can do. So get up here, see what we've got. All right, I got to the trailhead. And it's not going to be for me for two reasons. One, it's pretty mucky. Like, I could just see right at the trailhead it was already mucky. And two, it wasn't really the kind of stuff I like to drive the camper on. It was going to be a lot of just single track. I could see that all going up through the mountains there. Still choking on the dust or whatever's happening, by the way. That's the kind of stuff I go and do, and then I gotta, I can't turn around, and, yada, yada, yada. Just not into it, not feeling it today, and that's okay. I don't always have to be feeling it and doing the thing. So, California is right over here, so I'm right just about at the border of California. And I mean, I could pop over into California. Again, I kind of want to be close to KP's, and it's just more of the same of what's over here anyway. So I think I'm gonna scoot back this way. Maybe I'll go and peek at where I normally camp and just see. I don't know. Should I go do something? Should I go see a movie? I don't know. It's 1:40 now. It's not even that late. So, what am I doing? I could go hang out at camp and I could read a book, right? I could do that. That's something I could do. I kind of wish I had brought some hiking boots or something. I'd go for a walk or a hike or something. I wasn't thinking enough about that because I wasn't thinking I was going to really be away from my vehicle or have enough time to do that. But as it kind of worked out, I got here with a whole lot of time left in the day. So, all right. So that's the plan. I'm going to go and look at the normal spots I usually go camp and just kind of take an evaluation to see what's going on over there. And maybe that's where I'll end up. Maybe I'll just hang out. It's windy as heck. So, I'm going to probably just be hanging out in the camper no matter what I do, which is kind of sucky. And I think that's part of my hesitation because I think it's going to be too windy, especially if I get up here into these hills and bridges up here. The wind's going to be howling up there pretty good. So I don't know. I'm very indecisive at the moment about what I want to do. I don't want to just go hang out and do nothing, and I also just feel like I should go to camp and relax. I don't know. I took a brief stop and reevaluated my plan, and part of me was like, you know what? There's no Overland badge that I'm trying to earn. Nobody says I got to camp tonight. So I started just kind of briefly poking at hotel rooms, and I kind of forgot Reno, the hotel rooms here are pretty cheap, in the big picture. I saw some pretty great options for $80 a night. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a hotel. I did text KP and just asked him if he happened to be near the shop, and he actually is, and said he would be back there in about 15 minutes. So I'm just heading back that way. I'm gonna meet him there. I'm gonna leave the truck there, and that makes my life easy. I can get up tomorrow. I can get my work day done. I don't have to worry about getting the truck to KP and then worry about getting myself to a hotel, all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna make one quick stop before I get to KP's, and I'm gonna fill up the truck. Just because for convenience. I like having the truck full when I drop it off, so that when I pick it up, it's ready to roll, and I can just roll out of Reno and I don't have to deal with anything. I don't have to worry about it. So I am going to do that.
Web circle.
And then I'll go on and meet KP, get my crap out of it. I got to book a hotel room somewhere, and I probably got to grab an Uber. All that's very doable. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. So I'm doing that. All right. I got the truck dropped off with KP, and snagged myself a room over here at the J Resort down here in Reno. KP said it was probably one of the nicer places to stay in town in terms of the what it costs. So room seems great, right? Freshly remodeled. Everything looks new, and this will work. $180 for 2 nights, including tax, resort fees, like the whole bit. So that'll definitely work. When I was with KP, we went over all the stuff he's going to do to it, and it seems like he's got a good list. And I'm just thankful he was able to take the truck for me and lock it up in his shop overnight, and that kept me from having to worry about where I was going to camp and dealing with the wind. It's so freaking windy here today. It's nuts. So I'm not unhappy. Glad to be here. So I'm going to get myself settled in. I'm going to eat some food, and I'll catch up with you here at some point. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know if that's going to be when I go back and pick up the truck, or if we'll do some stuff together in the hotel. I don't know. You'll have to find out. Just leaving KP's here at Zero Declination.
At the stop sign, and turn right onto North Virginia Street.
I'm leaving a day earlier than I planned to. So when I last checked in with you, I was at the hotel and had just checked in there. But I planned to be there for 2 nights because KP needed the truck for 2 days. However, the lights that we were that he was going to mount, we're going to mount some S2s, kind of flush mount in the camper. Ran into a little snag there, and the plates and the thing and the thickness of the camper, right? This is like a one-off that nobody has done yet that I know of, and KP was willing to take a stab at it, but how the plan came together, it wasn't going to work. And he might have been able to do it if I was willing to stay tomorrow, but I had something come up with one of my kids. Nothing too crazy, serious or anything, but it just was better for me to leave today than waiting until tomorrow. So the lights did not get fixed. He did, however, fix the fan. He fixed the sink, got that all squared away for me, and the Starlink Mini is now mounted.
At the stop sign, turn right.
Is working absolutely flawlessly here. So happy about that. I told him we're going to be back up. We have plans to come up and do a trip to do the Rubicon, actually, which is not too far from here. And I told him when we come back up to do that, I'm going to try to get on his schedule, and maybe we'll revisit this whole light thing here, and a couple other things. Like I wanted to look at the light bar wiring and a few other things. So all in all, I'll be back up for another trip to see KP. Always enjoy seeing KP. Thanks again, KP, for having me up and fixing some stuff for me, and he always does awesome work. So you guys know this from seeing any of my other videos. I always speak highly of KP. And if you're
still on the fastest route.
All right, Apple Maps here, talking over me. Yeah, if you guys need work done to your campers or anything like that, you know, it's just KP is a good guy. He does excellent work, and send him your business. It's worth it. Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap this video up right here. I'd love to take you on the trip with me out of here, but it's not going to be very fun. It's going to be a lot of very strong winds. The wind's blowing quite harshly at the moment, and I just passed over a sign right here. There was a warning of strong crosswinds, and they're not joking. It's pretty strong. So I guess that's it for this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for following along.